Hey guys, we're back at the flower field today because we're going to be starting a brand new project for Christmas. We're going to be building ourselves a medieval village down at this spruce area because basically this has kind of been in the works for quite a long time. I kind of set this all up already a long time ago from the terraforming, but we never really moved forward with it. But I think the time has finally come, mainly because it's Christmas time, and I have a pretty sick idea for like a nice little village that's gonna run all the way down and up over here. This area is gonna turn from like just a quiet spruce forest into like a beautiful, cozy Christmas winter village, you know, and that's what I kind of had in mind. I've basically been looking pretty forward to this project because I think it's a great opportunity for us to really push our building skills to the next level. Not just like myself, but also with Shirigame's, you know, like she's not much of a builder, but she has some neat ideas. I think once she gets a little bit more comfortable building, everything's gonna look absolutely amazing, you know. She got some ideas that even I can't think of. Am I right, Bao? So basically you see right here, we already kind of started like a little bit of a patch here, just building the foundation of a tavern here. I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to turn out, so let's just get started, alright? So the idea for this tavern centers around a big open interior with a cabin-like design on the outside. This build was kind of hard at first because it looked really big and plain, and the overall shape of the house just didn't appeal to me at all. But after we worked on the exterior decorations and details a bit more, it started to look a lot more promising. After building some paths, foliage, and landscaping, the tavern area is basically complete. Alright, so there's been a little bit of a time skip. So I ended up plotting out all the buildings and where I want them to be and stuff like that. Also, I did a little bit of terraforming here just to make it a little bit more snowy. I wanted this to be like a really wintry, snowy village kind of situation. I felt like it was a little bit too dry at that point, so this part is pretty much fully done in terms of the terraforming. You know, I wanted this upper area to be super snowy. That part down there is also going to be pretty snowy, but we'll probably not lay it on as thick, so we'll just have like ambient snow just kind of around the streets and stuff like that. Now you're probably wondering what Shirigame is going to be doing to help us with the winter village project right here. What are you up to, Bao?
No.
What's that, Mom? What do we got over here, Mom?
It's an igloo.
Huh.
It's a doorway.
It's just a doorway, Bob. Where's the igloo, Bob?
Work in progress.
Oh my god, Bob. So Shirigame's gonna be working on this igloo over here while I actually work on building out the city. So I guess, you know, we're just gonna jump right in back to the time lapse. This build is another tavern that is a lot smaller than the first one and is located a bit closer to the town area, except that it is still pretty high up in elevation and is right beside a cliff. And then this is where I start building the exteriors for the first few buildings in the town. This one is going to be a farmhouse on the edge of the town, and this next one is a hostel that travelers coming from the snowy mountains can rest up. I start trying out more medieval roof styles since it is meant to be a medieval style town, but I'm also going to incorporate some contemporary winter cabin elements as well. I especially like this build here because it's basically a two-story apartment where the square shape of the structure, contrasts from the color palette, and external decorations make this a uniquely cute house to live in. This one is also one of my favorites because I managed to combine contemporary and medieval styles together with color palettes and roof shapes to make something entirely new and unique compared to just a generic medieval house. Alright, so here's kind of like a mid-project update on what I've been up to. As you can see from the time lapses, we already finished most of the houses, pretty much like halfway through the city. I just kind of want to go through some of the builds and the interiors that we've been doing, you know? So the first thing is you know, this big tavern right here. This is like our first one, and we kind of built it in a slightly bigger scale than the other houses. I personally like building at this scale, but I think one of the problems that we ran into pretty quick is that the house does seem really big compared to the rest of the landscape, because I think the landscape's not really quite scaled properly for bigger houses like these. So I felt like if I kept building like that, you know, we're just gonna have really massive houses. This one's like a little bit more normal. The thing I like about this one is mainly just because this house kind of overlooks and almost kind of hangs off the side of a cliff here. Nice little secluded space for somebody to live in and with a nice little balcony, you know what I'm saying? Over there, that one is like a nice little tavern. The idea is that you can kind of overlook the village like this, and people who are kind of relaxing, they can sit here and kind of just overlook everything. And it's at this part where the village kind of starts, The thing I like about these ones is that me and Shirigamee kind of turned it up on the interiors. We kind of started using a lot more variety in the blocks inside to kind of make it stand out a little bit more. In order to make each house kind of stand out, there's always like some sort of unique feature in each one, right? So for this one, it's got a nice little bigger window, you know, kind of making that stand out a little bit more. Somebody can just chill here, you know, they can just kind of relax over here and kind of overlook, or just kind of enjoy the view from the outside, or just have a nice breeze, you know, in this bedroom area. This other one right here, you know, is like a big lodge. This one's not too special in that, you know, we're kind of going for a similar style as we did in the farmhouse. But the cool thing is that this is meant to be sort of like a shared hostel area with a bunch of different little private rooms for people to sleep in. So it's kind of a shared space. And then up here, you know, we got some more beds. And the cool thing is you got this window out here that you can kind of look outside, you know, and then you got this balcony area or patio space that you can also kind of look outside. I think having these kinds of features where you can kind of interact with the outside landscape is pretty important. So that's what we've been kind of doing. This one's like the modular restaurant bar. The cool thing is that like inside, you know, you just got like your nice little restaurant bar space. It connects to this kitchen here, but then it also further connects down here to more of like a cutesy, cozy kind of space, more of a cafe style. And then up over there is kind of like a bar. Up over here, you know, you got more seating as well. You can see where the cafe area kind of comes in, right? You got all these cute plants and also just crops and a little bit of coffee beans that, you know, the kitchen staff can take to kind of make their own stuff over here. So, I mean, this building is pretty cool because it just kind of connects everything together. It's kind of like one big unit, but it's actually 3 separate lots. And, you know, the cool thing, you got the alleyway here, and then coming up around the back is actually another residential unit, 2 floors, nice little kitchen here, and then you go upstairs, you got the bedroom, and a nice little view overlooking the city from here. Out over here, you got a nice little balcony here. It feels pretty nice and private and cozy, and you can kind of overlook everything once again. So everything kind of links up together. You know, you got that one over there, you can see this can overlook that, and then that can overlook this entire area. So I think it's pretty cool. And then this is Shirigamee's project right here. So this is like Shirigamee's flower shop here. She's kind of going in with the wool here, a nice little outdoor with the aquatic plants here. It has all sorts of plants, and I think that's a really cool thing about this one. This is interior kind of work in progress. We're not totally done, but you know, we're on our way. You can see how she's using a different palette compared to the ones over there. You can also see like the roof here is extremely green, a lot more greener than the white ones over there, which, you know, I think it's fine having one stand out like that, you know. So that's kind of what we've done so far. In terms of the city, we still have quite a lot to do because we got to build the exteriors for these and the interiors, as well as some of the market stalls over here. I have some plots set up and a bit of that. But, you know, we also got a big part of the street design and landscaping that we have to do. I kind of started working on some trees up there. You'll kind of see some of the developments later on in the video, so let's just keep it going. Here I am building out these twin medieval townhouses. I had a plan to build taller buildings at the town center to make it more immersive, and these two are literally the centerpieces of the town, since they face the town square itself towards the ocean. Another highlight is this hybrid combo building, similar to before, that is multi-purpose, and even has an underground component to it, which I wish I built more of in other houses in the city. Of all the houses I made for this town, my favorite ones are definitely the tall residential ones, or the hybrid fusion ones that transcend simple house design. Finally, here I am working on the landscaping with Shirigamee. I always found landscaping to be super important to make your base or city look good. I think it really sets the tone even more than the buildings themselves. We have to think about urban design and street design concepts, the paving, how to beautify the streets with plantings and outdoor seating, lighting, and other major features like promenades and market stalls. In the end, the landscaping took way longer than building several houses combined. But by the end of it, the town feels truly complete. Alright guys, it is now basically like mid-February, but the project is finally complete. I had a lot of stuff going on outside of Minecraft and stuff, so I wasn't really able to finish my project on time. You can see that there's just so many builds. I think going through these buildings one at a time is going to take forever, so I kind of have a better idea on how I can show you guys the entire base, alright? Bob, are you ready to go on a date in the village?
Okay.
Alright. Let's go over here, Bob. Bob, let's get on the fishing boat.
I'm trying.
Oh my god, Bob. You just gotta fly up, Bob. Oh my god. Oh my god, Bob. Alright, Bob, so basically, wait. Oh, you got me, Bob. You got me. Oh my god, Bob. I got him. Oh my god, Bob, we got fishy at the same time.
Oh my god, Bob, I got a cod.
Me too, Bob. I got a cod. Look at the nice view. I made this little nice part over here. You can kind of overlook the space, you know? Nice little waterfront right here. Alright, Bob, are you ready to check out the gazebo together? This is my gazebo. It's like a tiny version of the other one, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Pretty simple. I think it's good vibes, you know what I mean? It's a nice quiet space that you can kind of relax in, you know? Right, Bob? Alright, and then we got a little bit more nooks and crannies with the streets here, you know? Oh my god, Bob, it's the cottage home. It's called the Bob Cottage. Or no, it's called the Turdy Cottage.
Turdy Cottage.
Oh my god, Bob. Alright, let's check it out.
Oh, genius designs.
Wow. You can see that...
Designs.
That's right, Bob. You can see that Shirigamee has used her own style for this house. That's because I let her take over for this one. This is a Bob takeover. A Shirigamee takeover. This is a good area to kind of rest at, you know? You got like the tables here. And then it just looks out over there at the main square. And then you got a seat here. Pretty good vibes, right, Bob?
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you guys the banner shop, which is kind of like a clothing shop. Kind of went for like a Harry Potter theme here. You know, I try to have stuff go upwards. I kind of like this perspective right here, so it's kind of cool. I have a bunch of hanging banners, countertops right here. Look at all the different banners and stuff. You know what I mean? Bob, are you changing in there?
Ah, no peeking, Bob.
Oh my god, Bob! I'm gonna jump out the window, Bob.
Huh.
All right, so over here. Oh, here, we got the sea urchin. You guys probably don't know what that is. Basically over here, we got the sea bass, right? So these are kind of like restaurant names. And then in here, this is like a cute little tiny restaurant. There's basically like just 2 tables right here. Nice little small little cafe. And that's because up over here, you know, is a residential unit right here already. So basically it's kind of like somebody who owns this building and then they kind of converted their main space into like a small little cafe for people to eat, you know what I mean? They call it the sea bass, because you know, it's a seafood place, right? You know, you just cook some fishes right from the pond nearby, right? It's coming out here. Nice little balcony overlooking the entire town square.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the sea urchin, Bob. Yeah, so this is kind of like a nicer area that's part of the sea bass, right? So the guy kind of owns this unit as well, and it's kind of a nice little bigger table private banquet area kind of thing. You got the nice fishes over here for some viewing pleasures as you eat your food, right, Bob? And then there's also a chair where you can just kind of chill there. All right, Bob, time to eat up. Bob, where are you going? You're leaving me.
I'm done my meal. You pay the bills.
How can you do that, Bob? Alright, so going in this direction, this is like the main entrance to the main town square. I really like how it opens up right here. You know, you got this nice little planting garden here, and then the big celebration tree. And then over here, we got the twin buildings right here. Alright, Bob, you go up that unit, I go up this one, alright? And then over here, you got some modern vibes. I personally really like the style. I mean, it's supposed to be a medieval project, but honestly, it's really not that big of a deal. Alright, so this is kind of like the upstairs. Pretty nice and chill. And then on the balcony, these two are kind of like my favorites because you get like a nice frontal view of the town square. Like this is kind of like prime real estate. And then, oh my god, Bob, there's Bob right there. Hey, Bob. Yeah, so over here you can kind of get a look at, you know, the main tree, the town square. You got the markets right in front. You got the promenade further down, and then over there you got the pet dome. That dome right there has a bunch of nice little animals and stuff. It's time to check out your flower shop, Bob. Now that we have the inside completed, this is kind of how it looks like. We still went for the same style that you guys saw earlier in the video, but the only difference is that Shirigamee went for like this little green roof here. It's pretty cool, pretty neat. What plants are you gonna buy today?
You.
How can you do that, Bob?
I got you.
Oh my god. Now over here, this is like a small little library space. People can kind of lounge in here. You come inside, there's a lot of books and stuff, a lot of couches. People can kind of just vibe out and relax in here. Like the roof, Bob.
I like this.
Yeah?
Yeah, I haven't seen this before.
Oh, thanks, Bob. And then you got a fireplace here for chilling. Pretty cool. And the reason why that fireplace, you know, this is how the fireplace looks like from the outside. So it's like a big like tower thing. Oh, and this one over here, I didn't name this tavern yet, but basically this is like a smaller version of the tavern that we have like up in the mountains. You can see that we kind of built with like the normal scale, right? So it's kind of like a smaller version, but it's still pretty spacious. Kind of like a smaller version of everything, but I'm pretty happy with the design. I like the stairs here that builds up to the fireplace. Bob, look over here.
Huh.
Bob, look. Look at these stalls, Bob. You got the nice banners up here. The cute face. Bob, check out over here. This is like a guard tower over here.
Wait.
Over here, Bob. You can climb up the vines, and then you come up over here. And then you can look at the ocean view, Bob.
Hey, the crops is pretty good.
Yeah?
Over there, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I made like a little retaining wall with the slabs and everything.
Oh, it's nighttime.
Let's see how the feel is like at night, you know? Oh my god, Bob, look at how it glows at night, Bob. Wow.
Wow.
Where are you, Bob? I wanted to look at the view. Oh my god, Bob. Bob, I want Porky. Alright, so this is like the little pet dome here. Look at all the foxes, right? Some nice foxies here. And then there's a few. There's another one here. They kind of like to chill at these little nooks, don't they? Yeah, so this is kind of like the pet dome. We got a nice tree in the middle here. I feel like this middle part's needs like a little bit of lighting, but I think the ambient lighting is pretty nice here too. You got some nice sun rays coming in. I mean, it looks really nice even during the day, you know, especially when you look from above, shiny in like that. Blue rays, white rays, like a nice place to relax at, Bob. I just love all the angles that you can get. Like, look over here, Bob. Like when you look up like this, got the nice foliage right here, and then you walk up, opens up over here. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This project took me several months too, mainly because we're pretty slow. Yeah, I mean, I'm super happy with how it turns out. There's like so many different cool areas. Maybe one day I could do a world download if you guys would like. Hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, we'll be back. In the next video, we might, you know, continue working over here to work on some of the projects back over there or even over there. Other than that, you know, see you guys next time and see how it goes, you know. Peace.